Hi guys, how you all doing? Just like to welcome you all to my channel. Just going to give you a quick review of some of the gloves I've been wearing for the 2015 season, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. These are the main 10 pairs I've been wearing for the season. Just going to go through the good and bad points about each glove. So if you want to buy any of these gloves, or more importantly don't want to buy any of these gloves, here's what you need to know. If you like this kind of thing, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I've got loads more of these kind of things on the way, including my whole glove collection. I've got over 150 pairs. So as soon as the channel gets going a bit, I'm going to give off that full review of all my gloves. And I've plenty more of individual glove reviews coming too. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. So let's get to it. Main pair of gloves I'm wearing this season, pair Adidas Predator Pros. These are an excellent pair of gloves, but durability obviously hasn't been the best on them. Worn these maybe 10 to 15 times, which isn't too bad, I suppose, but I expect better for the money. One thing I did have done to these gloves that's a bit unique is I don't really like the stretch strap that Adidas do, so I got a latex strap put on, and I think it makes the glove an awful lot better, more secure fit, and it's not too tight on the wrist. So they were very good gloves. They were my main match gloves. I definitely recommend them to any keeper. Second pair of gloves in the review, probably my least favourite gloves that are going to be in the review, the Ultrasport Aquasofts Cerebus range. Just a bit of a letdown of a glove really. The palm isn't what I expected it to be. I have worn it in some pretty terrible conditions. You can see the glove is pretty dirty right there from the last pitch I was playing on, but I think the glove is just maybe overpriced really for what it offers. It just feels a bit cheap. I know it's supposed to be a waterproof material, but I just wasn't blown away by it. The cut is very loose on the hand, which isn't really what I was looking for, but just not a great glove overall. It's very lightweight, and it's just not a top of the range glove like what I expected it to be, so I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Third pair of gloves I have, a pair of Elite Legends. Good gloves for the money. £20 is what I paid for these gloves. Quite a tight fit though is the only thing. If I was to buy them again, I normally wear 9 in all my gloves, and these are incredibly tight. I definitely need at least a 9.5 if anyone is looking at these gloves. But one thing I will say for a £20 glove, palm is superb. It's an excellent palm. One negative point on the gloves is they're a yellow glove. Obviously, I kind of bought them so they stand out a small bit. I've only worn these 4 times, I'd say, and there's an awful lot of flaking coming on the glove. It's pretty much white on these 2 fingers from making fists getting up off the ground. It really is after tearing away at the glove, which is quite bad really, because I've only worn them a few times and it's flaking already. Next, 2 pairs I really have, 2 pairs of Aviata gloves. These gloves are a little hit and miss, to be honest with you. This pair here I don't like. This pair here I do like. I know that's kind of odd because they're both the exact same gloves. You'd think they're both a negative cut glove. As you can see, I'm quite a fan of negative cuts, but there's kind of real subtle differences in these gloves. You can see on these ones here. Oh, sorry, these are the ones I do like, and these ones I don't like. These ones here, the stitching is really cut inside in the glove, and when you put the glove on, you can really feel all the stitching come in on top of the glove. It's just not a nice feeling because you can really feel all the balls inside in the glove. And this cut here, I like it up till here, but on this finger here, there's an awful lot of finger twisting. I don't know if you can see that in the gusset there, but there's an awful lot of wear on that gusset. There isn't all the gussets because there's quite a lot of finger twisting going on in the glove. And I bought these 2 pairs off of Aviator in the same order, and these ones came sort of personalized there, and these ones didn't. So that's quite weird. In 2 pairs of the exact same glove off the website, and these ones have Aviator roll on the palms, and these ones don't. It didn't wear away. It just never came with them. So it's quite odd in the same pair of gloves. And in these ones, finger protection was extremely rigid, and these ones it was extremely loose. I've taken them out of both pairs, but when I first got them, it was just something interesting to note. And even the symbol on the wrist is rubber here, and this one is printed. So I don't know why that is. They weren't on sale or anything when I got them, so it's a bit strange. So anyway, moving on. Next pair, 2 pairs of Precisions really. Both quite decent gloves, both contact foam palms. Again, I bought these in a size 9, and they don't really fit true to size, unfortunately. They're kind of opposite to the Elites I had up there. I could do with these in an 8.5. They're quite big for size. Good gloves all the same. I can still wear them, but I like my gloves a nice tight fit, and they're like what a negative cut should be. And these ones, they're just a bit big for size, but all in all, they're a good glove. There's not a whole lot going on. They're nice and comfortable. Uh, just the fitting is a little off, but palms very good. I've worn these to death. I've worn these maybe 25 times, probably 5 games and 20 training sessions. I change my gloves a lot, so they don't get a whole lot of games, but they get a lot of training, and these have held up extremely well. Like, I haven't worn these in a while. That's why they look kind of dry. But you know, good gloves all the same. I definitely recommend Precision. Just note sizing a little off. These are the same. I haven't worn these as much, just because I don't really need to. I have so many gloves, but they're quite decent gloves. If I could get them in an 8.5 at a reasonable price, I'd probably buy them again. Moving on, next two pairs. Pair of Nikes, 2 pairs of Nikes. I have a couple of other pairs of these, but these are the ones I've been kind of wearing the most. Subtle differences in these again. I know they're different range. These have the belt lock strap. It's quite rigid, like a rucksack kind of strap. Not a fan. I don't really see why Nike put it in there compared to at least they have moved away in the new range to a latex strap. It's just a much nicer fit. It's a lot more secure. I don't see why they ever moved to the belt lock strap in the first place. Even most pros had it changed on their gloves. Palm standard VG3 cut. Very good gloves. In fairness, you know, can't go wrong. Got the 2 of these for £32 delivered, and they're the pro version, so I was very happy with that. Can't complain. I've worn these ones an awful lot this season on 3G as well, and there's very little damage to the palms. Excellent gloves. These ones a little more. Wore these on a lot of dry pitches, and they did cut up a small bit, but when you consider I've worn them maybe 20 times, about 5-6 games, and mostly trains, they haven't held up bad at all, especially for the price. Last pair of gloves in my 2015 range now. Pair of Sells roll fingers. The only pair of roll fingers I have. I'm not a massive fan of roll fingers. Basically, I like my hand to catch the ball rather than depending on the glove. So I prefer negative cuts because they're a lot tighter fit and there's not as much latex in between you and the ball. But these aren't bad. I've worn them mostly in training. They're good and comfortable, and if you're looking for a roll finger, you can't go wrong with Sells. I think that's pretty much agreed. But these are actually my 3rd pair of these exact gloves. First pair I had split in here. Second pair I have split on the left glove in there. And on these ones, I've worn these a bit now, but the other ones I only wore once or twice, and they have, I don't know if that's coming out in the camera, but they have split in there, and I've only worn these 6 times, which isn't great considering they're a £50 glove. And the palm, it's okay, but you know, you probably expect more from such a brand with a good reputation. But it does fit very well. I can see why so many pros wear these gloves. If you could have a new one every week, they would be decent gloves. And I have had the strap changed from the retail strap to a latex strap again, which I much prefer. If I could get these gloves in a negative cut, I don't know would I wear anything else. I know they do other versions of this, but if they did the wrap model in a negative cut, I think they would sell an awful lot better. So yeah, that's my 2015 range. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to see any more specific gloves, let me know. Probably get new gloves every week, 2 weeks. So if you need anything reviewed, let me know. I can probably get my hands on it. And stay tuned. I have my full range coming of about 155, 56 pairs at the minute. So wait for that review coming soon. Should be good. So like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Really help me out if you could do that. So thanks very much. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.